God bless you here at Whining Away with Corey and Ray on Mother's Day.
Allergy season.
And this entire room is covered in germs right now because
you came. Germ
hacking
boy.
and sneezing and making me go into Polish bars. Corey brought us a dandy bottle today.
It was a gift. And I said, well, let's bring it because it's different. And Ray has a lot of thoughts about it before we even opened it.
Well, because, this is a trend, these bourbon barrel wines. This all started in the craft beer scene, where they were keeping certain craft beers, bourbon barrels, rum barrels, tequila barrels, even some wine barrels. You started to see different craft beers kept in Cabernet or port, which honestly, they make some great beers that way. The wines, this has really become a way to mask juice that's not so good. Nobody ever poured a very good Cabernet and said, you know what, let's stick this.
Add some flavoring to it.
Let's stick this in a bourbon barrel for 6 months or whatever. This is how you move. I get it. It's a business. And they had to come up with a way to move all this juice. They had a couple of years where the grapes didn't mature properly. What do you do with it? Well, this is what you do with it. However, it's mostly Cabernets. I've had a couple of bourbon barrel blends and zins.
Right. So
that I thought...
Not bad.
I thought if you're going to do it, this is what you should do it. But the whites...
I was shocked when I saw this. I didn't even know they did it with the whites.
It's not a good idea. Once again, they're trying to mask juice that's not strong enough to stand on its own.
So, since we didn't say the name, it is Robert Mondavi Private Selection Bourbon Barrel Chardonnay.
Now, Mondavi has been around forever, one of the pioneers of California, and they do make some good wines, but they have their low, entry-level, mass-produced, which is the Private Selection. So this is the bourbon series of those Private Selections. They do just have Private Selection Chardonnay, but this is their Private Selection bourbon barrel. So this was the stuff that wasn't even good enough to be the regular Private Selection. They put it in these bourbon barrels.
And for $15 a bottle, this swill could be yours.
Now, I tried it when it first came out because the reps were trying to sell it to me. And what it tasted like to me was that you had a glass of bourbon, you finished it, you didn't wash the glass, and you poured in some cheap-ass Chardonnay on top of, and then you get a little bit of bourbon. Like, I would marinate chicken with this. To me, is the only thing you should be doing with this.
Bourbon barrel Chardonnay chicken. That's a new thing.
Well, you never had, like, bourbon glazed chicken before?
Yeah.
Like, I'm saying, like, I could see it serving
Gotcha.
a purpose in something like that. But you should not be drinking bourbon barrel-aged Chardonnay. Now,
and you see, this is really the point because we
did she
don't.
give you any? She didn't give you any?
No, we will. Here, try a tiny bit, Mother.
Mother. Here, Mother.
We don't want to just do shows that say, "Here, this is great. We love this. This is the best."
Did you smell this?
Yeah, it smells like wet floors to me. Like when you Mom says it has a bad aftertaste. She doesn't like it. Now she's throwing up in the corner. Don't pay any attention to all that noise. So she's not a fan. So see,
Mother.
Ray has something to what he's saying. I'm sure there's people out there who probably like this, but I don't think it's a big hint because I haven't seen many bourbon barrel whites, and I'm guessing.
Well, what happened was, I think this was among the first.
A test market, and it was bad.
And I've seen, like, Behringer Brothers did a tequila-aged Sauvignon Blanc, say. So they kept it in a tequila barrel. I don't love that one either. But I'm saying they clearly went to a different barrel because I think the consensus was the bourbon, it just doesn't work with whites. The flavors that come with white wine don't react well to this bourbon barrel essence that, it should be a red or a zin or,
Well, here's your warning. So if you happen to see this and thought, oh my God, that sounds so cool, maybe I should try it,
Listen, everybody's palate is different. Like you said, somebody may drink this and I don't think this is all that bad. And that's fine. But if you're asking me, my professional opinion, this, for $15, you can get so many great bottles that are actually good wine.
On Vivino, the consensus was, for the price, it's good, it's different, it's unique, it's buttery, it's creamy. There were people on Vivino who were liking it and giving it good reviews, so somebody's out there enjoying it.
It could be someone that works for Mondavi.
Could be. Yep. Caramelized pear, they were saying they get from it. Like a creme brulee, somebody said, you get this smoky, burnt kind of taste.
Like a creme brulee that's been in the garbage in a bar that had bourbon dumped on top of it 2 days later.
Well, so, we like to say it as it is, and that's Ray's review, and I don't like whites anyway, so I don't mind that I'm not drinking this, but I thought it was strange combo, and now we know why. But he drank it anyway, even though...
Well, you're not drinking. Someone's got to drink it.
So
this is what Corey brings me, though. We all know that I'm doing the drinking these days. So, Corey, don't bring me one of the good bottles.
You like whites. I had no idea this was that bad until you saw it.
I do like whites.
I had no idea this was bad. So, it is what it is.
Corey's such a sucker for marketing.
It was a gift. I didn't buy it.
I remember you buying that Apothec Inferno because that was in a whiskey barrel.
Right. Well, yes.
You were so excited to try it.
Right. Now we know. People market to people because that's what appeals to a lot of people. They like the bottles. They like the gimmicks. They like the... So, I mean, there wouldn't be PR firms out there and marketing firms if it wasn't a thing.
I can't tell you how many times a woman will say to me, I'm looking for this kind of flavor, this kind of price, and I'll take them to a bottle and say, this is everything you said. This is exactly it. It's even $1 cheaper than you said, da-da-da-da. And they'll go, I don't like the label. Then why ask me?
I mean, you're not drinking the label. That's terrible. I would never buy something just because...
Well...
I mean, I bought things because I'm like, oh, let me try it. It looks cool. That's a different type of wine or a different type of approach. But I wouldn't say, oh, it's a pretty bottle. That's the only reason I'm buying it. Well, you throw away the bottle. Who cares?
There are some women who don't have a Ray in their life who will tell them, no, that's not a good wine. This is a good one. But I didn't know. This is
And for those women, if you would like to go to NJ Wine Cellar in Cranford and have your Ray give you an opinion...
Your personal connoisseur.
You can visit him.
Yeah, but ultimately, my opinion is stay away. It's not worth it.
So that is an overwhelming no. Nada. And thanks anyway, Robert Mondavi, Private Selection.
Listen, there are great wines from the Mondavi family. One of my favorite rosés all time was Isabella Mondavi's Cabernet Rosé. It's in like my top 3 rosés all time. And I told her sister that at a tasting. And she goes, oh, she'll be thrilled. I'll let her know.
So he hangs out with the Mondavi, so it's okay if he trashes them.
But I'm saying the Mondavi family puts out great stuff. This is,
Okay.
They're just,
All right, then. That was a heads up for you. We're glad we helped save you and save some money. And just go see Ray. He'll give you a much better selection for $15, and you could call it a day.
And now my mother has something to marinate her chicken in.
Win-win. Thank you again for joining us, as always. Cheers to So-So Wine.
Here's to So-So and Better Life.
And cheers to great friends and a great wine show. Whining Away with Corey and Ray.
Happy Mother's Day, Mother.
Bye.